Hey, Future AI here, back with another video. In just a short moment, NVIDIA is going live at CES in Las Vegas. And even though this looks like just another tech keynote on the surface, these NVIDIA moments usually aren't about small updates. They're about direction. Because whenever Jensen Huang steps onto a CES stage, NVIDIA isn't really talking to gamers or developers. They're talking to industries, to governments, to companies that are trying to figure out how the next decade will work. So before the live stream even starts, I want to explain why this keynote actually matters and what NVIDIA is most likely trying to signal today. Over the past year, NVIDIA has changed the way it talks about itself. If you listen closely, you'll notice something interesting. They rarely describe themselves as a GPU company anymore. Instead, their language has shifted toward AI factories, digital twins, robotics, simulation, and large-scale AI systems that run continuously. That change is not accidental. It tells us that NVIDIA no longer sees AI as a tool you occasionally use. They see it as infrastructure. Just like electricity, cloud computing, or the internet, AI is becoming something everything else is built on top of. And that's exactly why CES is such an important stage. CES is not a developer conference. It's not about code, benchmarks, or research papers. CES is where technology meets the physical world. Cars, factories, robots, healthcare systems, smart cities, consumer devices. So when NVIDIA talks about AI at CES, they're not talking about abstract models. They're talking about real systems that need to operate reliably, at scale, in the real world. That already tells us a lot about what to expect from this live stream. I don't expect a single massive wow announcement. I don't expect a dramatic product reveal that changes everything overnight. What I expect instead is a clear narrative. A narrative that AI is moving from experimentation into execution, from demos into deployment, from software into physical reality. Let's make that more concrete. Imagine a factory where AI doesn't just analyze data after the fact, but actively coordinates machines, predicts failures, optimizes energy usage, and adapts production in real time. Or logistics systems where AI agents manage supply chains, reroute shipments, and balance global demand automatically. Or robotic systems where simulation and real-world operation are tightly connected, allowing machines to learn safely before acting in the physical world. These are not futuristic ideas anymore, they're already being built. And NVIDIA wants to be the platform that makes all of this possible. That's why they care so much about full ecosystems. Not just chips, but hardware, software, networking, simulation tools, AI models, and developer platforms, all integrated. Once companies build their systems on top of that stack, switching away becomes extremely difficult. That's not an accident either, that's strategic positioning. If AI becomes the operating layer of the global economy, then whoever controls the infrastructure underneath it controls speed, efficiency, and scale. And NVIDIA clearly wants to sit right at that center. This also explains why NVIDIA keeps talking about long-term transformation instead of short-term upgrades. They're not optimizing for the next quarter. They're optimizing for the next decade. CES is the moment where that message reaches the widest possible audience. Not just engineers, but decision makers. So while many people will watch this keynote looking for product names, performance numbers, or charts comparing one chip to another, the real story will be between the lines. It's about positioning. It's about NVIDIA saying this is how the AI-powered world will run, and we want to be the foundation underneath it. That's why this live stream matters, not because of what launches today, but because of what NVIDIA is preparing for the next 5 to 10 years. As soon as the live stream ends, I'll break down what NVIDIA actually revealed, what was truly new, and what it means for the future of AI. So if you want that analysis, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you right after the keynote.